update, it looked like Party was taking maybe a rotation that indicated he was going to play tomorrow. Where's he
There's
at?
a good chance of that. We'll see how he is in the morning, but he's feeling better every time that he's on the ice with the injury, and we also got some skates in with him now after his family issues. So there's a good chance he'll play. And Nuge skated a lot today, a lot more than he did. Little physical stuff now after practice to see how he is. Again, we won't fool around with him. If we all think he's ready to go and he thinks he's ready to go, we'll play him.
That is a delicate balance, right? As much as you want to show that he's up and ready to go, you don't want to.
Yeah, I've said it all along, we're not going to fool around with it. As much as the organization, the coaching staff, and I bet you even the players would like to see, certain lines together for a little while. I'm not sure we're going to get that chance.
You talked about character and stuff after the deadline. You had 18 games left. I don't know what your goal was. Are you close to that based on where you're sitting with 3 games to go to achieve what the team goal was?
We are close. Some of the individual stuff, the power play penalty kill, there's been a lot of improvement number-wise in that last little bit. The one thing this group hasn't done is folded its hand, and that's been maybe the most important thing for us as a staff. Was a goal that we had at the beginning of the year. We stressed it at the trade deadline. We've stressed it every game since, and it's not just in game situations. It's coming out here to an off-ice or off-site, practice where guys could mail it in and just put time in. But they worked hard again today. We had a good hard practice yesterday, and I'm impressed with their attitude to this point, and I believe they can keep that going to the end of the season.
Do you feel now that you've had a full year that you have an understanding of the players and that your expectations this group understands? We know there's going to be changes in the offseason, but probably the majority of these guys will be back. It's not like half the team's going to be gone between now and October.
Well, when I'm asked those type of questions and I answer it, I make it sound good. It's not good. We're not in the playoffs. We're not where we need to be win-wise, standing-wise, that type of stuff. And we wanted to make a significant dent in that in that deficit. I think we've done that, but we're still in the bottom of at the bottom of the league. But I do think we've put a foundation in place. We've declared what the boundaries were as a player, what expectations were. We've established what the accountability factor will be with players. And I think they have an understanding of how we react to certain situations, how we carry ourselves, and in turn, the coaching staff understanding them. And that's real important as we move forward.
Will there be different things when camp starts next year that you can just maybe, instead of starting at ground level, you start a few steps up because the players are more comfortable with you and they kind of should know certain elements that you expect?
There will be that opportunity, but we're going to have some new players. It's inevitable. There's never a single team that's come back with every player intact. So we'll have some new players. We can't leave them behind, and we have to refresh what we have. So training camp will be very basic. It'll be it'll be our foundation again, and it'll be unique because the coach and one of the other coaches won't be here. A lot of the players will be at the World Cup. So the attitude of the group that's together will be the most important thing at that time.
Connor McDavid's won Rookie of the Month every month he's been in the league. Is there a case to be made for him to win the Calder, even though he's just played a little over half a season?
I think there is. It's unfortunate that he was hurt, and anybody that's going to vote on that award will have to take that into consideration. Everybody will have their own parameters on what's acceptable or unacceptable as far as games played. But I can tell you, in the ones that he has played, he's been very productive. He's been a go-to guy for our team, and I think those 3 awards that he's received for each of the months that he's played indicate where he stands amongst his peers.
What is I know Party hasn't played a lot of games for you, but it seems to me there are a lot of guys like that in the league. They're established veterans, they're big, they know the simple defensive game. Is that the value of a Party-type player in a lineup?
Well, I don't know if I would sell him just at those, with those characteristics. We're still trying to figure him out. He carries himself well in the locker room. I usually start with the person and then go to the player. He carries himself well. His teammates like being around him. He has a pretty good understanding of what the league is like and how it needs to be played. He does have that size for any type of shortfall as far as speed or pace goes. He has the strength and size to compensate for it. So, we'll need these games if we can get him in the lineup to evaluate a little bit more, and then we'll have to make decisions moving forward. And in turn, he'll have to make some decisions as a player too. Where does he want to be? Is this a good fit for him? Financial implications too. So there's a lot of work that has to be done over the summer on both sides.